Okay, this is the Harris Bank account for the month of March. At the end of March, the ending balance was $216,462. We had 5, 6, 7 wires that came in, or money from tax levy that came in the month of March. That's the second page of the bank statement. It shows the first and the second page of the bank statement shows how many wires came in. Let's see. We had $29,613 in checks and payments that were paid out in the month of March. Fast Signs, that check was $2,739, and that was a carryover from the 2014 budget. That was the final payment on the signs that we put up for the 5 businesses along the 71st Street District. We paid PLS. That was their last payment for this season for the snow removal services. All Point Security, Clean Slate, and then we have another check for All Point Security. They issued 2 invoices at one time. So that's why the amount was a little bit larger than the original, the regular amount of $4609 that we usually pay. We had deposits of a total of $154,940. And we have 4 outstanding checks at the time of this printing. One was for Camiros, which is our reconstitution consulting firm, the South Shore Chambers service provider fee. Chicago Guarantee is the surveyor that we use to redo the survey for the district, the SSA 42 district, and also Staples Credit, which is an additional expense for the reconstitution. So the ending balance as of March 31st was $191,849. And that is the reconciliation report from our accountant.
191,849.
Yes, sir. And 11 cents.
Can I interject, please? I like it.
Sure.
Since you were getting the money in from the levy, you have the line of credit that we get from LISC of $25,000 to pay for the reconstitution. Instead of taking the line of credit, having it sent to the chamber, paying Camaros, they give us a bill and then we send it back to the LISC, which you will eventually have to pay. I was going to have the SSA pay the vendor directly. So this way we won't have to take any more of that line of credit. We'll just pay for it instead of having it go to 5 different directions. I want to make sure that that's okay with
The
everyone.
recording action from the commission.
Yes, so that we can pay the vendors directly, because we have it in our budget line item for $32,000. Instead of having to get the line of credit, paying the vendor, then paying back the vendor, paying back us to pay back the vendor. If we can just pay the vendor directly, we won't have to utilize all of that line of credit. I think we've used $18,000. And we will now discontinue that, pay back the line of credit once the reconstitution is complete. We have until January of 2016 to pay it back. But if you have it, we might as well pay it back and not keep taking a line of credit where you don't have to pay any interest on it. It's just money that they're giving us every time they send us a bill. I'd just like your approval to be able to pay them directly, since we're on target, we have the money coming in, we're not running short, and all of your bills are paid and you owe nothing.
Does that require a motion? Would you like to take the motion? Good, before the motion.
I can't do
Why
it.
did you?
I have a motion to pay the line of credit directly instead of going through, and coming back to pay them.
Right, pay the vendors directly,
Pay the vendors directly.
and then pay off the line of credit.
Pay off the line of credit.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So moved. I have a couple of questions. Number one, are we expecting any more money from the levy?
Yes, we should be getting money every Tuesday and Thursday until April, then we get another drop of money in July, and then we won't get any more money until October. That'll be it for the year. The October money is the money that we budget real close because it covers all of our bills from October to March 1st.
Is there any way for us to know whether we're running on track in terms of the amount of money we expected?
We can get a printout from the comptroller's office. I can request that and scan it and send it to you. And it'll show what we received and what we're anticipating receiving. What they do is they call you and they tell you what comes in because they don't know what the taxpayer is going to do.
I understand that. The point is that it'd be good for us to know in terms of our operating expenses and our cash flow. What stands in terms of money received versus money anticipated. So if you have to make any adjustments, you can do so on the fly rather than.
I will request it from the comptroller's office and have that information for you.
Good, okay. And we have any more payables too?
No.
Okay, so we're all set in terms of our accounts payable.
There's no bills. Everything's paid once we pay tomorrow.
Okay, next item. I'm sorry, do I need to add that report? Just Madam Parliamentarian?
No, we never adopt the financial report.
Thank you.
Never.
Okay.
So that's saying there doesn't count tonight. So you don't really know who's there.
Okay. Item number 4, discussion of reallocating funds for the budget.
For the 2015 budget. Yes, the last time we met, we talked about the reduction in the security line. Originally, we had allocated $200,000 for security, but our security contract came in much lower at $132,000. So we were going to talk about reallocating those funds. Alderman Harrison had mentioned possibly doing some other projects. Planners to go along 71st Street between Jeffrey to South Shore Drive. I did get an estimate for the planners, and they will be approximately $23,600. So if that's something that we adopt to do, we'll have to issue an RFP for that. We have also received estimates on installing new banners between actually all over the whole district. Yeah. But they will be the same size as the new banners, which are 8 feet. The banners that we currently have between Jeffrey to Stony Island on 71st and all down Stony Island, those are 6 feet. The new banners are 8 feet, so they'll be 8 feet by 2.5. And the cost to install new banners is $145 per banner. So the total amount, if we have all the banners replaced, will be 23,400. So if we do 180 banners total at $145 each, it'll be $26,100 to install new banners for the total
How is that
boundary.
year? Is that more than what we paid in previous?
Yeah, because these are new banners, so we have old banners, but remember, when they did the streetscape, our banners doesn't fit those poles. So it doesn't make sense to buy the same length for the district to buy the banners that's up, down, the new poles, because the new
Because they're
streetscape,
not gonna fit.
they're
right?
not gonna fit once it takes place.
So actually, there's a requirement, we have to.
You have to put,
Yes.
There's no other option.
but since we don't know when the streetscape from Jeffrey to Kimball is gonna take place, we can only replace the banners that we currently have at the current size. And only in the new streetscape area will we get the new banners.
Does that price include installation as well as?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
it's down the
installation.
over and put up.
Now, if we keep the same banner, that cost will be $26,100. If we go with the new design, there'll be a design cost. Graphics. So it depends on what the commissioners would like to do. If you want to do something new, or if you want to keep the same design.
Can I ask you a question? So I just want to make sure we're talking about the same banners. Banners that are up along some areas that are cityscape or like a metal, like kind of banner.
Those are not the ones.
No,
So you're not talking about
Which one?
those.
Okay.
You're talking about the cloth
Yes.
material
The ones
kind.
that come need to be repaired.
Yeah, and the ones that you're raising to 8 feet, will they still be composed of the same material composition, or will they then take on the personality of the metal one at
No.
8 feet?
No, they'll be the same material.
We can,
So if you look at the light post, it's two sides. One side has the metal indicator, and that's on the street side of the pole.
Right,
The sidewalk side is where we will put the cloth banner.
and the reason we can't do another steel banner, because it would triple the cost.
Yeah, I mean, they look actually pretty good.
It looks very nice, but we have to decide, do we want to retain the same design to go right next to that banner that's already there on streetscape, or do we want to change the graphics?
What's the cost of the design check?
I don't know, we'd have to get a graphic designer to give us a price. Right now, we know
Does anybody object to the one that we already
the
in?
one that we designed with the country club
ahead.
and all of the background, because
It's just that
technically,
you won't count.
still, all of them say simply South Shore, just like the steel one. So we would just have the new ambiance with the coloring on the opposite side. And we'd have, I think we put the store owner's name that was closest on each of the banners.
Kim, you got a question?
Yeah, how much money are we talking about in total that's available to be used for all of these projects?
We have 67,000 that needs to be reallocated.
Can I ask a question? And I'm new, so, I apologize. Well, so for the look and the message on the banner, what are the words, do you remember the wording that's on the banner?
Distinctly South Shore, and it has the businessman's name and SSA.
Okay, and they're lovely. If you decide to go with a different design, I think that the South Shore Current could donate graphic if you wanted, if it was about cutting costs, we wouldn't mind donating an art, rendering that you would approve. And also, just to let you know, there's a walk, shop, dine South Shore campaign going on that we implement with the chambers, blessings and activities, and that's to encourage, an action word. Distinctly South Shore sits there, walk, shop, dine, verbs, kind of moves somebody to action. I wouldn't say kill one, I'd just say maybe you want to add the walk,
We'd have-
shop, dine.
If we added wording to that, it would clutter it, because it's very
It's busy.
busy.
Yeah.
So therefore, we'd
It's
have
busy
to,
already.
right, we'd have to change the graphic design in order to include any additional wording. So, and that would be up
More
to,
money.
yes, and that would be up to the,
Well, we wouldn't, because if we donated the design, it would be,
we still have to have it, we still have to have it redone. See, what happens is the banners from Jeffrey to Kimbar,
Right.
the ones, we're keeping the ones that are not torn and battered. So we would have to pay less money to do those.
I got it.
If we change the design, we'd have to change them all.
Okay.
Thank you for your offer.
You're welcome.
And
It's good to know you.
Right.
That's something for us to know that you're there.
we'll look you up on everything.
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff going on at all times.
What's
No
the
idea
ti-
what you're
what's the
saying.
timing for the
Something going on at all
installation
times.
of the banner?
Well, it depends, we can probably have it done within 30 to 45 days after we get the commissioner's approval, and provided that the funds are available within the budget.
So we're talking about $26,000 out of that 57, is that the total number available?
Yes.
This is that.
And can I interject, whenever Alderman Harrison wanted the commissioners to consider allocating some of the 67,000 for the summer festival. So I just want to remind you guys of that.
Well, we're going to come to that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of our discussion for reallocating funds.